Testing 1 2 1 2. Stupid ads. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna turn me down as like a little bit. It's down as like a little bit more. Alright, there. That's gonna bug me. Okay, right there. That should be good. Make sure I talk a little bit louder. Okay, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Casey. Tonight, I'm gonna be finishing the Scarlet. I cannot talk. Secret of the Scarlet Hand. There we go. Got it this time. It's gonna be really good. I have not played this in a long time. It's been like 6 months to a year since I played it. So, yeah. So I thought I was gonna be running late because my hair's wet. But luckily I got on with a couple minutes to spare. I couldn't do the slideshow today because I changed the days that I'm gonna be streaming the new 2 games during May. I wanted to add them into the slideshow, so I started doing that when I got here, and of course my computer just is like, okay, Dropbox is not recognizing these things. Like, it didn't even pop up, and I know I put them in Dropbox on my Mac. I'm currently on my PC, so it works. That's how I've been doing it. I'm just fed up with it. It's like, okay, no slideshow today. Hey Christy, welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. Okay, you all ready to finish playing Secret of the Scarlet Hand? It'd be so fun. Not windowed. Sorry. There we go. And my background here will be different next to my Stream and Dance 2 game, just so that y'all know. Oh boy. Okay, get my hair back. My computer's not loading the game. Hey, Mrs. D, welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. You know, headphones would be nice. I have a feeling my computer's not gonna keep me tonight. Somebody jumped me ahead. Chrissy, thank you for the host. I just almost knocked my hot chocolate down off my desk. That would have been awful. All I did was went right from my mouse. That would have been horrible. I feel like my computer's gonna be messing up on me. Where was I? I don't remember where I was. I get where I was, it's just when the thing just suddenly boop, down, now I can't find it. Okay, did that. Didn't do that. Okay. Oh my gosh. My phone just keeps like jumping. Got it, found it. Haha. Okay. It's called Franklin Rose. So, how's everybody doing tonight?
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call?
This is Nancy Drew, calling for Franklin Rose, please.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, to what do I owe the pleasure of this call?
I need to contact a woman named Prudence Rutherford. I noticed she's on the board of the Topeka Commission for the Arts, and that they've donated money to Beach Hill. Any idea how I might track her down?
Well, you're in luck. It so happens that Prudence and I sat on the panel of judges for the Kansas Speak No Evil Mime competition for 3 years in a row. Back when I lived in Wichita. How's that for a small world?
I'm doing good, you two. It's kind of funny you both basically put the same answer. That's funny. Yeah, it's just been really hectic. And then this week is going to be really chaotic.
You judged a mime competition?
Indeed I did. I haven't talked to Prudence in about 10 years. But let's see if I still have her in this old dinosaur of a Rolodex. Ah, yes, here we go. Got a pen?
That was fast.
It's area code 785-555-7279. What's this all about?
Is the stream acting okay for you all, or is it jumping?
Miss Rutherford had a necklace with a Maya artifact stolen right out of her home. I'm trying to see if there's any connection between these robberies.
Ha! You're a real pro, Nancy. Say, why don't I call ahead and let Prudence know what's going on? That way I can say hello and she'll be expecting you.
Good. It's just my computer, for some reason, like, I don't know if y'all have a Windows 10 or something, or you've seen one, but when you turn it on, I always shut mine down after I'm done streaming. Every time you get it on, you have to swipe up, or with the mouse, you click and drag up, and you put in your password. I did that. The password box didn't pop up. So it was just frozen there, and then when I went to go get a shower, I came back, still frozen. So I had to do a hard reset on my computer, and then for some reason it didn't update, and I'm like, oh, this is not good. And I was like, okay, maybe canceling tonight's stream if this keeps going. Then I tried to do the stupid slideshow, didn't work, so I'm like, ugh. This is stupid. So yeah, my computer's gonna be acting up, I can already see it.
Now I think you're reading my mind, Mr. Rose. Thanks.
Not a problem, dear.
See, it's already acting up. I may just stop if this keeps going. This is really getting on my nerves. Ah! I just slammed my finger into my desk. Oh, that hurt. This is really getting on my nerves.
First the Pakal carving is stolen, and now my star glyph man bumps his head and forgets his own name? What's next, Nancy? Del Rio pulls the plug on the Monolith, the board clams up on my funding, my mother posts my old prom pictures on the internet?
Oh, I didn't realize I could just swipe down and click on something. I thought she was gonna keep talking. Hey, Manny Zero, welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it.
We do seem to be on shaky footing, don't we?
What I need from you right now is action, not commentary, Nancy. Will you follow up with the hospital and see if there's anything we can do to get Henrik's marbles back?
I'll call right away.
You can also pick up Henrik's mail if he gets any. Keep the lab in order and just try to help me keep the entire museum from going up in smoke.
Do you think Alejandro would go to extreme measures, like stealing, to reclaim Mexico's artifacts?
Who knows?
When did Henrik come on board?
I got an email from him one day saying he heard the news about Beach Hill getting the monolith. He said he'd drop everything to come here and translate those glyphs. He was even willing to take a pay cut. What could I say except giddy up? You're hired.
I've got work to do.
Semper ubi sabubi.
Let's go to the lab. Thought I heard a door close. I'm like, I know what door that, I know where the women's where the door opens, and no one should be going that route. It's kind of weird. Man, I am so tired. I feel like I'm just not making any sense right now. I am to throw this computer at the stinking window. Okay, maybe doing that will help. Let's get back to it. That did it, you guys. Yay. It's the one we read last night.
You have voicemail.
This message is for Nancy Drew. Hi, Nancy. This is Nurse Bluefoot calling from Eleanor Roosevelt Memorial Hospital in regards to Henrik Vanderheun. I believe you're a colleague of his? Since Mr. Vanderheun was admitted, he has repeated your name several times in states of semi-consciousness. As we've been unable to contact any of his family members, we're hoping you might be willing to act as Henrik's support person as he begins the difficult process of restoring his memory. Please call me as soon as possible to discuss this. My direct line is 202-555-4000. Thank you.
To replay messages, press 0.
That voice is just like annoying. This thing was what now?
You have no voicemail.
202-555-4. Nope.
You have no voicemail.
Shut up. 555.
This is Nurse Bluefoot.
Thank you. Just like I forget, like in some games you can't put the area code, so.
Nurse Bluefoot, this is Nancy Drew. You left me a message regarding Henrik Vanderheun. How is he?
Nancy Drew? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I'm so relieved. We've been unable to locate any family members, and we do like amnesia patients to have at least one personal support person when they begin reality orientation.
Can you explain the amnesia?
Henrik is suffering from an acute case of post-traumatic retrograde amnesia. At the moment, he is unable to recall even the most basic autobiographical facts from his name and address to his birthday and shoe size. He can't access the details of his personal history or events leading up to his accident.
Has he lost his memory for good?
Henrik has not actually lost his memory. It's just that his brain is injured in such a way that he can't access the place where the memories are stored.
Wow, I spelled watch wrong, and wow, it's like autocorrected to like Wichita or something like that.
I see. So we need to help him find the trail of crumbs. Is that it?
Exactly. First, we do repetitive memory exercises to help Henrik relearn the basic facts, like his name and address, the name of his parakeet, if he has one, the date, and so on. Second, we try to stimulate Henrik's sensory memories in order to help trigger or find the way back to his cognitive memories.
What are cognitive memories?
A cognitive memory is something that you know or remember intellectually. For example, how do you know the name of this planet? Somewhere along the way you learn that it's called Earth, and you just remember. But say you bump your head and forget the name of this planet. You don't know where in the solar system you're floating.
Yikes!
Exactly. But then I show you a picture of our marvelous blue and green globe. Suddenly you remember. That glorious sight is Earth. I live on the planet Earth. This is how a sensory memory can trigger a cognitive or intellectual one.
That'd be really scary to like have amnesia and not remember anything from your life. That'd be so scary.
I still don't understand where I come in.
You can't help Henrik remember his childhood, but you can probably help him remember his work. And who knows where that will take him. All roads lead to Rome, as they say. One great tool is the Reality Orientation Board. This is a place to post information and pictures for the patient to look at over a period of time. You may want to bring in images or photos to place on the board. Things from the museum, perhaps.
Is Henrik awake right now?
Not at the moment. We're keeping him under close observation.
I see. Well, when are visiting hours?
Visiting hours are 10 to 4 every day, if the patient is not engaged in treatment and if he seems stable.
Great. Is there anything else?
Just remember, Henrik's brain has been knocked around like a peanut in its shell. He may have attention difficulties, headaches, anxiety. Sometimes he may seem giddy, too. We need to keep these conditions in check. Don't push him too hard, or he may have some kind of meltdown.
Thanks for the warning, Nurse Bluefoot.
Be well.
Okay, let's go to the hospital. Because it's already like 11 or something. Oh, wait. Oh, it's noon. So, yeah, we're good. Wait, it's not noon. Yeah. There it is. Hospital, right there.
You look familiar. Is it time for my snack?
Hi, Henrik. I'm Nancy. We met at Beach Hill before your head injury.
Beach Hill?
Beach Hill is a museum here in Washington, D.C. The curator's name is Joanna Riggs. You were working there, and that's where your accident happened. Do you remember anything about the accident?
Joanna Riggs. Is that the woman who called to pick my brain for an access code?
Joanna called? What did you tell her?
Where in my poor banged-up head would I be keeping access codes? I don't even remember my own birthday. So if you're here to squeeze me for details, you're wasting your time.
Actually, Nurse Bluefoot thinks with regular visits, I may be able to help you get your memory back more quickly.
How, pray tell, do you intend to do that?
I'll visit, we'll talk. Sometimes I'll bring you pictures.
Pictures? Well, isn't this nice?
Come on, Henrik. You'll feel much better once things start coming back to you. I've got a picture with me if you'd like to give it a try.
Fine, I'll do it.
Great. These are Maya glyphs, like the ones you used to translate. Now, don't be upset if you don't know how to read them anymore. I can tell you what they mean.
I know what they mean, dear. I wrote them.
I'm sure you have written them at one time or another in your career. So, what do you think this is all about? The magician suffers yellow death.
Your translator is sloppy. I should know. I am the author of the original work.
The author? What are you talking about?
That first glyph is the fool, not the magician. Furthermore, any decent epigrapher knows those glyphs refer to the infamous plague of oozing hives. A fitting curse for a fool, don't you think? I rather like it.
If you wrote this note, then you must have stolen the carving of King Pakal. Did you?
I don't remember.
The Pakal carving is priceless and irreplaceable. If you stole it, this is your opportunity to come clean and return it to the museum.
Who in the world is Pakal? Oh, my head. Oh, the pressure. I can't take any more today, Nancy.
Okay, it's time for some memory therapy. Nancy, could you come back tomorrow? Any news?
I need a photo of the Pakal carving. Do you have one?
Joanna took the official print for her insurance claim, but I have a couple extras. Here you go. Keep up the good work.
I wish we could relive some of her cases, like, in real life. That'd be fun.
Buenos dias.
Have you heard? Henrik Vanderheun fell off the pyramid at the museum. He's in the hospital with a mysterious head injury.
That is terrible news. I hope it's not too serious.
Do you know what cinnabar is?
The red powder that the Maya used? Sure, I know it. They use it at Beach Hill too, do they not?
Cinnabar was used to make the red handprint that was left at the scene of the Pakal theft.
What is your point?
I think Joanna may have been less than truthful with me.
Have you called the police?
I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Of course. Sister Joanna couldn't possibly be a thief now, could she?
I should get back to the museum.
Adios, Nancy.
Well, look who it is.
Ready to do some memory work, Henrik? I brought you a picture. This will help you to remember.
That face. He's as familiar as my own feet.
Do you know his name?
Pakal. Nancy, this is the stolen carving, isn't it? And I'm the one who took it. I must have. But why? Oh, Pakal, what could I have meant by this?
If you're remembering correctly, this is a serious crime, Henrik. You've got to tell me why you did it.
I can't remember.
Yeah, they could have, but a person could have been wearing a glove and just dipped their hand in like the paint or whatever, and then put it on there. So, but yeah, they never say anything about that. I watch too many crime shows.
Easy, Henrik. The answers are in your head. You just need to find them.
It's still in the museum.
Why would you break into the display case and steal the carving only to leave it in the museum?
To protect him. I had to protect him. Oh, Pakal. Something is going on at that museum, a devious plot. I was the only one who could stand in the way.
Whose plot is this? Is it someone who's involved with the museum?
Forgive me, Nancy, but when I woke up in this hospital bed, I didn't even know my own name. Perhaps the only thing I can offer you is this key. It was found in one of my pockets when I was brought in.
Do you know what lock it belongs to?
I haven't a clue. Take the key now, Nancy. Find out what it opens and return to me, please, with some answers.
You can count on me, Henrik.
In the meantime, I'll sit with my friend Pakal and see if he will tell me anything new. You must keep this to yourself for now. It's your only hope of getting to the bottom of this.
Did you use Joanna's name last week to place an order for Cinnabar with Keep It Real Restoration?
You're asking the wrong amnesiac.
Do you think Joanna is behind the other thefts?
Who knows?
You rest up. I'll be back.
I'll do my best.
Oops. Yay! Good thing open. Come on, open.
Looks like I need to find someone who speaks Nahuatl.
I see that the police called. They want me to go down to the station for further questioning. So I'm thinking about an anonymous tip. Do I have time for this? No. Hold on to the fort while I'm gone. Wait before you, please. I left my office open if you need anything. Be back soon, Joanna. Hey guys, once we can snoop. Better call Franklin Rose real quick. Not shipping supplies. Oh my gosh. There. Gosh. Oh my gosh.
Nancy, it's Joanna. The police are done giving me the 3rd degree, but now the board has suspended me. To make a long story short, I'm forbidden to set foot in the museum. Could you please call Franklin Rose and try to reason with him? If we don't get a move on, this exhibit is going straight down the tubes.
To replay.
So how many times have you all played this game?
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call?
This is Nancy Drew, calling for Franklin Rose, please.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, you must be psychic. I was just getting ready to call you myself.
Oh, really? Why?
I feel I should apologize for the situation that's going on at the museum, dear. I really did think we were setting you up with a nice little internship, a breather from your casework. But instead, it looks like we've fed you to the lions.
Well, in all my travels, I still haven't found a mystery-free zone, Mr. Rose.
Speaking of travel, I got a postcard from your father in Ouagadougou. Apparently, Burkina Faso has become the cultural darling of West Africa. He must be having quite an adventure.
That's cool.
Like father, like daughter. Anyway, Mr. Rose, I'm calling about Joanna.
I think I know what you're going to say, Nancy. Let me be frank. Joanna Riggs has been in the doghouse with the board for months. Her thirst for acclaim has led her to gamble the future and the reputation of Beach Hill time and again. Now that we've lost the Pakal carving, one of our most notable pieces, well, she's just got to be stopped.
Don't you believe she's genuinely concerned about the welfare of the museum?
Good intentions are no substitute for integrity and sound judgment, Nancy. Look, I've got a client waiting, Nancy. What we need now is for you to take up the slack. I've spoken to the rest of the board, and we've agreed that the best thing is to put you in charge.
Wow. Leave a 18-year-old in charge of a museum exhibit and make sure it doesn't go down the tubes. That's great.
But Mr. Rose, I don't think Joanna is responsible for the Pakal theft. She shouldn't be punished.
She's not being punished, dear. In legal terms, we're suspending her in abundance of caution, so she won't do any more damage to Beach Hill's reputation or her own. We're counting on you to catch this thief red-handed. Ha ha! Just kidding, kiddo. If you can get the Pakal back, we'll see about giving Ms. Riggs another chance. That seems fair, doesn't it?
It's a deal, Mr. Rose.
Bye, kiddo.
Let's see if I can go to the middle. Let's see if I can go to Alejandro Del Rio. If not, I'll go sleep and then. Hey, it's not too late. Yay.
Buenos dias.
Have you heard? The police received an anonymous tip, and they're considering Joanna a prime suspect in the Pakal theft. They've taken her in for questioning.
I called in that tip. She lied about the Cinnabar, and you may not know this, but she has jeopardized the museum's finances with all of her wheeling and dealing. Why should she not be questioned?
How did she jeopardize museum finances?
I am not at liberty to say.
I need to know the Nahuatl word for snake. Can you help me?
What do you need that word for?
I'd rather not say. It's part of my investigation.
Now, if only I could remember the word for snake. I hear you have been a great help to Henrik. I wonder if you can help me improve my memory too.
What are you talking about, Alejandro?
I am almost certain that the provenance documents for the Pakal carving were falsified. I have asked Joanna to see the documents, but she evades me. If you can find that file in her office and bring it to me, I think it might help my memory of Nahuatl a lot.
Dang.
What makes you think they were falsified?
In Mexico, it is common knowledge that the carving was stolen from Pakal's tomb when it was first excavated, but no one has been able to prove it. If I can determine that the provenance documents are a fraud, this will be the first major step toward legal repatriation of the artwork, whenever and wherever it resurfaces.
Okay, Alejandro. I'll see what I can do.
I feel my nahuatl coming back to me already. Do you know what Sihuapili means? Princess or lady. Now, if only I could remember the word for snake.
I should get back to the museum.
Adios, Nancy.
Yay. Let's go to chill. And I need to. What can you other call Prudence Rutherford?
You have
Don't tell me you can only call her by the phone in the room. Gotta go back to it.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call?
I'd like to speak to Franklin Rose, please.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Rose is out of the office. Would you like to try back later?
Sure.
Thank you for calling Boswell, Jackson, and Rose.
Okay, what's your number? Cause I can't get it. And he didn't give it to me. Anybody know what her password is? I mean, her phone number? I'll go look at the, a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna go. Nope, give me the other. Let's set it for 10 a.m. So yeah, I looked there, but they're not there. The ink used to make the handprint. Prudence Rutherford. Oh, there we go. Okay, wow. Way to go, Christy. That was awesome.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as done.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew, calling from Washington, D.C. I'm trying to reach Prudence Rutherford, please.
Oh, yes. Franklin told me you'd be calling. Such dreadful news about Beach Hill. I will do everything in my power to help you catch those rapscallions. To think how they violated the sanctity of my domicile. Good heavens!
I'm sorry to hear about your loss. What can you tell me about the necklace?
I can't even think about it. Oh, just the very thought of my precious necklace gone, stranded, orphaned, and in the hands of some dirty stranger makes my blood boil.
Where did you purchase the necklace?
Good heavens, one does not purchase such a piece. I inherited it from my mother-in-law. But you see, the necklace means much more to me than just a handful of priceless rubies.
More? In what way?
I had the necklace restrung to include an exquisite jade carving as the centerpiece, a genuine artifact of the ancient Maya. The